So honestly, the best answer is to, save and invest well in advance of when school fees actually start to need to be being paid. But I suppose, in all honesty, you rarely see this happen. I think surplus cash and savings at a younger age isn't always kind of something everyone has. Your 20s are for learning, and your 30s and 40s are for earning. So often, I get approached by people who wanting to cover school fees, when it's kind of in the near term or in the very near future. So making a plan well in advance of school fees is absolutely the best way, but really the reality is most people start off covering school fees or nursery fees or whatever it might be from salaries. You haven't got the advantage or the run up that saving and investing for that would give you, but the reality is that's how most people start. But it might be that that when you first sort of start off the school fees or fees for childcare, that you do have a little bit of an additional surplus cash on a regular basis. Now, this money can be saved and potentially invested as well for a longer period of time, and it can help with school fees down the line. I mean, if you think about, let's say a couple has two children that are a couple of years apart, you might be thinking about a 20-year school fee, or nursery and university commitment. And 18 of those years could easily be when you're covering two children, which is an enormous, incredible commitment to have to make. So it might be that when in the early years where the fees aren't particularly burdensome, that you can save and invest additional cash that can help towards the latter years. Now, obviously, timescales and kind of risk management are important elements of that, but it might be that you can cover university fees from investment growth, or you can make a contribution towards the last few years of school from savings made now, with plenty of time to invest to help with that. I suppose the only other option you'd have here is if you had a lump sum at the start of the school fees journey you're about to take. Speak to the school, and it may well be that discounts can be applied if you are to pay in advance for future years. But that again, it's not a scenario we see regularly. People having lump sums right at the time when school fees start. Hopefully that answers your question. And if you wanted to sort of if you wanted to work with us to sort of cash flow model and make estimates of what can be saved now for future use, we can work with you to generate a cash flow performance, or I suppose a window into where your savings investment could get to help with the specific fees you've got coming down the line.